welcome to The Know. I'm Meg Turney.
I'm John Reisinger.
The Mass Effect subreddit got quite the surprise this weekend.
Quite the surprise.
Quite the surprise in the form of the alleged gameplay information leaks on Mass Effect Andromeda, the next game in BioWare's popular sci-fi series.
Paragon interrupt. This is information from Reddit, so we're giving the usual caveats. But these rumors seem to support some other things we've been hearing about the game. Plus, that PS2 emulation story we talked about from Reddit last week and turned out to be real. So booyah!
What? Reddit? What? All right, that last bit was a little more renegade than Paragon. We were
talking about that.
So where do these supposed gameplay leaks come from? Well, the Mass Effect subreddit's moderators were contacted by an inside source who claims to have access to Mass Effect Andromeda in its early form. The moderators say they don't want to disclose the proof the source gave them that verified his or her identity because it might identify them to BioWare. Nevertheless, they compiled all the information given to them into a YouTube video for us to pick over like collectors. But we'll do without some of the potential spoilers down in the video.
What did we learn from the leak? So far, it sounds like the early squad mates in the game do not include everyone's favorite Turian, but rather a buxom blonde woman and a Krogan. Hopefully we get an option to romance the Krogan. Shepard, maybe?
Oh man, I tried to romance Miranda so bad. She wouldn't sleep with me, but Jax would. Rex, much like in the trailer we saw from E3, the squad will make the extensive use of jetpacks to traverse the environment, which will be a bit more varied than we've seen in previous games. Now the source likened the movement style to Titanfall, and since the new game in the series is built with the same Frostbite engine that powers Battlefield and the new Star Wars Battlefront, we're gonna perhaps see a few destructible environments. The source mentioned that the destructible cover was part of the early build of the game.
That sounds like a welcome change from endless hallways filled with conveniently placed chest-high boxes. In addition to the jetpack, Spectres will also make better use of the Omni tool, which now has more functionality in battle, such as a shield that protects the player from incoming fire. As for the players themselves, it sounds like the character models are getting a huge upgrade from the previous Mass Effect games. You'll also be able to customize your in-game armor. Fashion show!
Yes, time for some sweet calibrations. I just keep
there's a lot of this motion happening.
Mass Effect, and I just think trying to bone people.
I call it my boner Mass Effect.
Bone it, Mass Effect. You might also be able to give the Garrus treatment to your Mako, which could be customizable with armor plating and other exterior features. Since exploration seems to be the major theme of this game, expect to spend a lot of time in your custom Mako, but hopefully it's better than the time we spent in it in Mass Effect 1.
Got it. Between that and probing, I have enough Mass Effect nightmare fuel to last until the next Reaper invasion. But how will you do the majority of your exploration? Through your new ship, of course, which is probably the same ship we saw in the most recent N7 Day trailer. The layout is entirely different than the Normandy's and features a number of balconies where you can see the lower levels of the ship. But the biggest change comes in the form of navigation. You now take first-person control of the ship.
What?
Just blowing our minds.
This is a pretty drastic departure from, let's keep going, from the series, and was also hinted at in the N7 Day trailer. You'll still be able to fast travel to different destinations, but it seems like the key part of the game revolves around first-person spaceflight to discover new planets. What is this, No Man's Sky?
It's like a road trip.
Discovery is the focus of the game as you play the Pathfinder, an N7 soldier tasked with finding a new home for humanity, which we already knew. But interestingly enough, mankind isn't the only species looking for a new homeland in Mass Effect Andromeda.
It makes you wonder just how much the Reapers destroyed at the end of Mass Effect 3, as this takes place sometime after the final events of those multicolored endings. Or maybe there's an entirely new threat altogether, which brings us to the weirdest and most puzzling part of the gameplay information leak. According to the source, the new enemies seen in the game look like a cross between Vorchas and Collectors, and drop into combat from ships with the Cerberus logo on them.
This could be a placeholder while they're developing new assets for the game, or Cerberus has ventured into some really bizarre territory in the years since Mass Effect 3 ended. But hey, we don't judge you, Cerberus.
Safe place.
According to some rumors we saw earlier this year, the enemy is known as the Remnant, and we present your main opposition to Andromeda. Their technology holds the key to the survival of the human race. So the new leaks, however, also bring more information about the main antagonist of the game, a human soldier wearing similar armor to the Pathfinders, but without the N7 insignia.
Ooh, a rogue. The rest of the information goes into potential spoiler territory about events that may happen later in the game, so we won't go over it here. Safe place. But all of this does sound like it supports the rumors we saw back in April when a Redditor posted about a marketing survey he allegedly received from EA. The survey was rumored to include mention of strike missions, which were also talked about in the new gameplay leaks. Strike missions work much like the missions in Dragon Age Inquisition that you assign from the war table and help you dole out tasks to help colonize part of the Helios Cluster, a region of the Andromeda Galaxy with hundreds of solar systems that is thousands of light years across.
You nailed all those hard words.
I'm fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson over here.
What? Okay, sorry. I don't know why I humped again.
So much.
I gotta stop.
There's so much.
I need a cone or something. The April rumors also talked about a horde mode, raid vaults, and cooperative missions. Still no word on just how many different colored endings we can expect, but I'm personally hoping for red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, ruby, sapphire, diamond, pearl, and XY.
Yeah, that's like Pokemon names. Those are all just Pokemon games.
That's the joke.
Yeah, but that literally is just all the Pokemon games.
Right.
But it does make you wonder which of those endings is canon for Mass Effect Andromeda. The recent N7-Day trailer did have Commander Shepard sending the Pathfinder off on his or her mission before signing off and handing the series over. So presumably, Shepard lived after the events of Mass Effect 3, or the Pathfinder mission was sent out to find a new home before the game ended.
If that's the case, it would give BioWare a chance to ignore all 3 endings, because maybe you and your crew have been in stasis for years, sent to the far reaches of space. It'd be totally removed from the ending of Mass Effect 3, which is probably the best after the fan reaction to that game.
They did not like it. Either way, we've got lots of potential Mass Effect information to chew on until Andromeda arrives in 2016, which is especially nice for those of us who made some bad Spectre decisions in the final game of BioWare's trilogy.
Oh no, what did you do?
I shoot everybody.
I shot everyone.
Yeah, I leave no one standing.
And they're all dead.
Yeah.
Well,
with the pistol he gave me on Omega, it was for the greater good. I'm just
you
reading
can't
that.
save the joke
But when I do
now.
play these games, I do just kill everybody.
You kill everyone?
Yeah, it's fun.
I was doing that in a game recently, and I found out I was doing the bad thing. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to be doing.
You cannot do it in Fallout 4. You will get screwed.
Don't kill everyone.
No.
Pro tip. All right, you keep telling yourself nope.
Just keep reading the script.
So what do you guys think about these alleged Mass Effect leaks? If these are actually real, do you like the direction of Mass Effect Andromeda? And what are you looking forward to the most?
To be in the loop on new Mass Effect endings and future rumors about Andromeda, like this video and scroll to the know.
Do that. It's a button up there. It says screw, 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 screw. Then I got to the stupid dancing mission and I quit because I couldn't get the girl back to my apartment. You have to like lure a girl.
That's usually when I quit too.
Yeah. Yeah. You had to lure some bitch back to your apartment. And I was like too evil. She didn't like me.
I get that a lot too.
Yeah.